Let's start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet together, knees open wide, and come onto your back. Bring one hand to your heart, the other to your belly, and close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose, feel your belly rise. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Take a couple more breaths just like that. Breathe in through your nose. And sigh it out. And then seal your lips, breathe in through your nose. And with the same force you used for those sighs, exhale through your nose. And as we link each pose with a posture throughout class, I challenge you to keep your awareness with your breath. Those even inhales and exhales through your nose, and then letting some air out through your mouth as you need to release heat. Blink your eyes open, bring your hands to the outside of your thighs, bring your knees together. And then bring your knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then let's take a simple twist. So bring your arms out to a T, and then drop your knees to the left. And bring your knees through center, and then drop your knees to the right. Just a gentle twist. Then bring your knees back to center. Grab behind your thighs, gently rock up to a seated position. And then move into tabletop position. So come to your hands and your knees. Wrists stacked under shoulders, knees stacked under hips. Inhale for cow pose. Drop your belly low, send your tailbone and gaze high. Exhale, cat pose. Round your spine, tuck your tailbone and your chin. Press that space between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Inhale, cat pose. Grip into your mat with your fingertips and then pull your wrists towards your knees towards your wrists. Exhale, cat pose. And then take a couple of rounds with your own breath, inhaling for cow pose. Exhale for cat pose. And then come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. And then take any movement you need here. Pedal out your heels. Make sure your fingers are spread wide on your mat. And all 10 fingers are pressed into your mat. And then send your tailbone a little bit higher. Relax your head and your neck. Your gaze is lightly between your feet. And then press your heels a little bit closer to your mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Bring your feet behind your wrists. So your feet are about hip width distance apart. Bend your knees a lot, bringing your torso onto your thighs. And then you can let your hands stay where they are on your mat, or interlace your pinkies into opposite elbow creases. Wherever you are, relax your neck. Maybe shake your head yes and no. An option to sway side to side. And release your fingertips down towards your mat. Toe heel your feet together, bring your big toes to touch, slight space between your heels. Bend your knees, slowly roll up to standing. Exhale, standing at attention, bring your hands together at heart center, close your eyes. Spread your toes wide on your mat. And then engage your quads to lift your kneecaps. Tuck your tailbone, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together and down your spine. Inhale, mountain pose, blink your eyes open. Send your hands above your head, palms facing inward. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, baby back bend. Bring your arms to a goalpost position so your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, gaze up, send your chest up. Your hips shift slightly forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, bring your hands down to your mat. And we're gonna pause in our forward fold. We wanna make this an active forward fold, and by doing so, we put in a little bit more effort than we did in ragdoll pose. So you can bring your hands to your ankles to pull your torso a little bit closer to your legs. Then inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Your hands are pressed into the front of your legs, above or below your knee. You just want that flat back. It doesn't necessarily have to be at 90 with your legs. And then come back to forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Find length through your spine. Exhale, fold. Maybe find a little bit more depth in your fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Bring your hands down to your mat. Come up onto your toes. Lift your heels up. And then sit your hips towards your heels. So you want to create a little ball pose and then tuck your chin, bringing your forehead towards your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, drop your heels down. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Move through that nice high plank position, shifting forward, and then bending your elbows no more than 90. Elbows are locked in towards your rib cage. Inhale, up dog. Come to the tops of your feet. Shine your chest forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stand tall. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Always the option to come to your knees for chaturanga, or skip it all together. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time through. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crouch and curl. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And take a couple breaths here. Breathe in through your nose. Let some breaths out through your mouth. Let some heat go. And can you guys hear me okay? Okay, thank you. All right, we're in down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips low. Bring your arms up by your ears. And then check in with your feet. Spread your toes wide. And then squeeze your ankles together, squeeze your knees together. Make sure that you can see all 10 toes over your knees. And then gaze forward. If there's any discomfort in your shoulders, just bring your hands, your arms to shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms. Bring your arms back behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your pinkies together. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Lift your left knee up. Your left knee is in line with your left hip. Left ankle flexed under your right or your left knee. Exhale, figure four. Bring your left ankle to your right knee and then sit your hips low back into that chair pose position. And pause here. So for a more intense stretch through your outer hip and glute, you want to keep your chest lifted and try to find a flat back. One more round of breath here. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Exhale, chair with the airplane arms. Inhale, one-legged mountain, other knee lifts. You got your right knee in line with your right hip. Right toes are flexed. Exhale, figure four. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Sit your hips low. So keep that right foot flexed to protect your right knee. And then just like on the other side, to intensify the stretch through your right glute and quad, or outer thigh rather, you want to keep your back as flat as possible. And then sit a little bit lower. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, step your right foot through to low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Spin your back heel down so your back foot's parallel to the back of your mat. Lift your torso up, extend your arms in opposite directions, and then gaze over right fingertips. Really bend into your right knee. Make sure that you can see your right big toe on the inside of your right knee. And then you want to open your hips as far as they'll go towards the long edge of your mat, but don't force them to be square with the long edge. So you'll find that they'll land somewhere in between the short edge and the long edge. And then you want your shoulders square with the long edge of your mat. So use your core to twist your shoulders so that they're square. And then return your gaze over right fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your legs as they are. Extend your right fingers up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Lean forward. Right elbow comes to the inside of your right knee. Left arm reaches high. Then inhale, reverse triangle, straighten both legs. Reach your right arm up and back. And exhale, chaturanga. For an extra challenge in chaturanga, keep your right foot lifted as you lower halfway down. And then inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, we got the other side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Lift your torso up. Really bend into your left knee. And then gaze over left fingertips. So just like we did on the other side, let's start at the base. So check in with your front big toe. Make sure you can see it on the inside of your left knee. And then check in with your hips. Rotate them as much as you can towards the long edge of your mat, but let them stop where they will. And then your shoulders. Use your core. Rotate your shoulders so they're square with the long edge of your mat. And then return your gaze forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your legs as they are. Reach your left fingertips up and back. You want to feel a stretch through the left side of your body. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left elbow to the inside of your left knee. Right arm reaches high. And you can gaze up towards right fingertips. or if that's too much of a balance challenge, gaze down towards your left big toe. Inhale, reverse triangle pose, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips up and back. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Same thing on this side. If you want an extra challenge, keep your left foot lifted. Then inhale, dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, we're gonna flow a variation of that series. So right side is first. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And take some breaths here. Breathe in through your nose. Let some heat out through your mouth. All right, so core work. Come onto your back after you've grabbed a drink of water, if you need it. And then we're gonna do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So just like we started class, bring the soles of your feet together, knees open wide, but we're gonna make it a little bit more active this time. So interlace your hands behind your head, and then press the entire length of your spine into your mat, including your low back, engaging your core. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift your chest up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and then continue with your own breath. Use open mouth exhales to engage your whole core. For an extra challenge, lift the soles of your feet up a couple inches away from your mat. Here for 5. We got 3, 2, and 1. Take a full body stretch. Send your fingers away from your toes. Then let's do bicycle crunches next. So stack your knees over your hips, flex your toes, interlace your hands behind your head again, and then inhale to lift your chest up. Exhale, twist, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Let's do 3 more on each side. 3, 2, 1 more on each side, 1, 1. Take another full body stretch. And then grab behind your thighs, move into Sphinx pose. So come onto your belly, and then bring your forearms to your mat. And you want to grip into your mat with your fingers and then pull your chest forward. So you should feel a nice stretch through your belly. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. Inhale your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, up to warrior 2, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward with right fingertips, and then bring your right hand down. Left hand reaches high. So both legs are straight. And then you want to think about stacking your left hip on top of your right hip. So roll your right hip under. And if that means coming up a little bit, that's okay. You want to stay lengthened through both sides of your torso. So you don't want to be crunching into your right side at all, but stay lengthened. And then gaze towards your right big toe or up towards left fingertips. Inhale up to star pose. Bring your toes in, heels slightly out. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Bring your hands to your mat. Option to bring your hands to your ankles or the outside of your legs. You can even use your arms to pull your torso closer to your thighs for more active forward fold. Maybe sway side to side. And then inhale, halfway lift right here. Just find a flat back. Exhale, runner's lunge towards the top of your mat. So drop your back knee down and then toe heel your right foot up and out on your mat. Option to stay on your hands or release to your forearms or one forearm. Wherever you are, you just want to make sure that your right foot is flexed to protect your knee. So it's okay if your knee kind of starts to rotate out. Turn around. See? It's okay if your knee rotates out, but you want to make sure that that right ankle is flexed. And then come back up to your palms. Option for cat grabs its tail. So this is a quad stretch for your left quad. So bend your left knee. Keep your left hand planted on your mat. Reach back with your right hand for your left foot. So it's a quad stretch as well as a hip flexor stretch all through the left leg. And if you can't quite grab your foot, this is a great place for a strap or a band. If you wanted to loop that around your foot, you can just hang on to the band. And release that left foot. Make your way back to downward facing dog. All right, we got the other side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, position your feet, and then straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, reach forward with left fingertips, and then bring your left hand down, right arm reaches high. And then check in with your hips. You want your left hip tucked under your right hip as much as possible. And you want to stay lengthened through both sides of your torso. Gaze is up towards right fingertips or down towards your left foot. One more round of breath here. Inhale up to star pose. I'm going to spin around. And then option two, interlace your hands at your low back for a shoulder rinse for this wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. If your shoulders or hands are at all uncomfortable, you can always let the bind go. But if you want more of a shoulder rinse, press the heels of your hands together and let your fists fall a little bit further over your head. Then release your bind. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, find runner's lunge with your left foot forward. And then same thing as we did on the other side. You can stay on your palms or release to your forearms. Wherever you are, just make sure that that left ankle is flexed. And then find some relaxation in this pose. So relax your head and your neck. Reconnect with your breath. Remember those even inhales and exhales that we started at the beginning of class. And an option for cat grabs its tail on the side. So come up onto your palms, bend your right leg, reach back with your left hand, grab your right foot. Nice. And then you can gaze forward, or if it's okay on your neck, you can gaze back towards your right foot. And release your right foot, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Step your left foot back. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, standing at attention, bring your hands together at heart center. And we're gonna move into tree pose. So we'll do left side first. So left leg is your base. And then bend your right knee. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. above or below your knee. So you can keep your right foot at your ankle, bring it to your calf, or you can use your hand to bring your right foot above your knee. And then you got options for your hands. You can bring your hands at heart center or extend them down, maybe extend them up. And release. And then tree pose on the other side. Right leg as your base. And then bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right leg. So you want to press the sole of your left foot, really press it into your right leg. And then also think about pressing your right leg into the sole of your foot. And then you can take the same arm variation, maybe take a different one. You could even take a bind at your low back. One more round of breath here. And release. All right, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind your left wrist. Untuck your back toes, and then find sleeping half pigeon. Walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead to your mat, or you can rest your forehead on your hands. And then check in with your breath in this pose. You want to make sure you're maintaining even inhales and exhales, never holding your breath. And inhale back up to your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Shake out your right leg on the way. Option to take a scorpion dog. And then when you're ready, move to the left side. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale, half pigeon. So at your left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind your right wrist. Untuck your back toes and then find sleeping half pigeon. This side might feel a little bit different than the other side. That's normal. Make sure your breath is still even. And come back to your palms. Step back to down dog, shake out your left leg on the way, and then if you did so on the other side, take scorpion dog on this side. And then come down to your knees. And make your way all the way onto your back. Bring both knees into your chest. Happy baby pose. Reach up and grab for the insides or outsides of your feet. And then use your hands to pull your knees closer to your mat. Think about pressing the entire length of your spine into your mat. And then you have some options. You can rock side to side. Maybe straighten one leg, then the other, or both. And then bring your knees into your chest. We're going to take eagle legs for our supine twist. So bring the sole of your left foot on your mat. Then cross your right knee over your left knee. Bring your arms out to a T. Let your legs fall to the left side of your mat. And then to complete the twist, gaze over right fingertips. Come back through center, switch out your legs. Bring the sole of your right foot on your mat and then cross your left knee over your right knee. Let both knees drop towards the right side of your mat. And then to complete the twist, gaze over left fingertips. And come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Give your spine a little reset. Exhale, Shavasana. Send your legs long. Relax your arms by your sides. Close your eyes. Take a moment to get comfortable. Maybe roll your shoulder blades further under your back. Let your feet fall open. Take a mental scan of your body. Notice if you're hanging on to any tension and just let it go. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you want, but if you're ready to move on, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then take some deep breaths. Maybe take a full body stretch. And over the next 4 or 5 breaths, make your way to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands together, heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your hands to the third eye center, the space between your eyebrows, and bow forward. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening.